Hey guys, we'll be doing a computer build video today. So if it's your first time building a gaming computer, hopefully this video might help. So I'll go through parts of a computer and what you'll need. I'm not going to go into too much detail because that's a whole another video. But when choosing these parts, you do got to make sure that they're compatible. I can post some details in the description briefly of some main things you need to take aware of when choosing your parts, but there's many videos out there on YouTube and information on the web. So yeah, we'll go through what parts you'll need of a computer. So first of all, the case. This is where all your parts will obviously be installed. Today we've got a Kolink Void case, and it's RGB lighting at the front, so it's quite nice. And so yeah, that will be the case, and then you'll need a motherboard. Now, a motherboard is going to be pretty much your circuit board of the computer. It will hold all your other components that are important. For example, your CPU, your RAM, all your hard drives will connect to it. Your graphics card will be installed to it. Any like Wi-Fi cards or extra cards you might want on your computer, that can also get installed onto it. So yeah, it's a pretty important part, and that's where all your cabling will also hook up to. So yeah, there's that. And then you'll need a CPU. That is your central processing unit. So that is pretty much the brains of your computer. So that will get installed on the motherboard there. Today we've got a AMD Ryzen 5600. That's what we'll be using, and it comes with the stock cooler inside. So we'll be using a stock cooler that is used to cool the processor down. If you are overclocking, or you want, maybe more of a quieter or cooler computer, you can consider going up with an aftermarket cooler. But generally for normal gaming, not doing anything too crazy like overclocking, this will be fine for you. Okay, and then this is the RAM, so other words memory, and this will be installed onto your board. We are using the T-Force from Team Group, and it'll be 2 sticks of 8GB RAM, so total is 16 gigs. It's got RGB lights on top, so yeah, that's the RAM there. And for the storage, we'll be using 2 SSD drives. We've got one SSD drive, which is a M2 NVMe SSD. I'll install the operating system on that. And for just general storage, such as games or files or anything like that, I'll be installing the T-Force Vulcan SED. This is just your standard SSD drive, a little bit cheaper than the M2s, so no need to really go crazy and get 2 M2s. You can just get one, or whatever your budget might suit, and your board. You need to make sure you've got enough if you want more than one, enough slots. But yeah, installing that. And we've got the graphics card. So this is the big boy of the build. This is obviously your video card in other terms. So all your graphics and that, this is what's going to run it. So today we've got the GIGABYTE Eagle AMD Radeon RX 6600. Will be good for, it's got 8 gigs, so it's got 8 gigs of VRAM in it, and it's got PCIe 4.0, which is your slots on your motherboard, which we'll install into. So yeah, that's a nice looking card. It's got triple fans there for cooling, so yeah, looks pretty cool. That is that. And for the power supply, we're going to be using a 600 watt Kolink gold modular power supply, and yeah, that will be powering the whole entire computer. So that's that. Then we're going to be installing some extra fans. Now, usually you buy a case, it might come with 3 fans, it might come with only 1, or it might come with 4 or 2. It depends on the manufacturer. So have a look online what your case comes with. because it is quite important that you make sure that you've got good cooling, especially in a gaming computer. You don't want it to overheat. So what I'll be doing with this build is I'm going to be putting 3 fans at the front as a intake, and then my exhaust is going to be at the back, and I've got one fan at the back there for exhaust. Whoops. So yeah, there's them fans, and them fans will connect to the motherboard, and I'll be doing that using a splitter. So usually on motherboards it will have a certain amount of connectors for your system fans. So you have one connector for your CPU fan, and then usually another 1 or 2, maybe 3 or more for your case fans. So instead of having to use all the system fan slots on the motherboard, I've bought a little adapter here. So that means you can literally plug it into one system fan header, and it will give you 3 or 4 other connectors to connect 3 or 4 fans to one system fan header. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll be using that there to connect them, and I think that's about there. And so what we're going to start off with is the case. We're going to prep the case, get that all sorted, and then after that we're going to open the motherboard up. We're going to then install the CPU on that motherboard. We're going to then install the RAM on the motherboard, and then once that is done, we're going to mount the motherboard into the case, and then we're going to install the graphics card, and then we're going to put the hard drives in, and then we're going to slot the power supply in, and the fans, case fans. Actually, we'll do the case fans when we're prepping the case. Kind of, people might have different ways on their steps towards doing it, but this is how I'm doing it. So yeah, and then once that's all in, all the components are in, I will do the power supply after, and then we can hook up all the cables, get it all connected, and then we will cross our fingers and turn it on. Hopefully it turns on. So yeah, we'll go from there.